Hi everyone, welcome to Business 115. My name is Jeremy Railton. I'll be your instructor, and this video is going to give you a quick walkthrough on how the course will work. First page you land on is announcements. There's nothing there now, but there will be by the time you log in. The second link is to the syllabus. So we can take a look at the syllabus and hit some highlights. First thing you'll notice there is my picture and some contact information in case you want to contact me. Email is a great way to contact me. You can call my office during my office hours. I'll be on campus Tuesdays and Thursdays. The rest of the days I'll be available virtually, and I'm typically pretty quick to respond to emails. About the textbook, we'll be using Business Law by Pearson. Author is Henry Cheeseman, the 11th edition. I give you the ISBN there. I give you a link to the Pearson website. The long and short on the textbook is that you'll need access to the book, but you don't necessarily need access to do any homework on Pearson's website. All our work will be done in Blackboard. If you click that link, what you'll see here is you can buy directly from Pearson. You can rent the textbook. You would click this option here for e-textbook only. It's $11 a month. Minimum of 4 months, about $44 for the semester. That might save you some money over buying it directly from the bookstore or buying it like a hard copy online somewhere. A couple other highlights. You do need to log in and do work regularly. If you fall behind and go 3 weeks or 21 calendar days without doing any work, I have to withdraw you. I really don't want that to happen. The way the grade will be calculated is 50% of the work is written assignments. The other 50% is quizzes and exams. So 30% would be the chapter quizzes. There will be one for each chapter, 10% the midterm exam, 10% the final exam. Standard 10-point scale, 90 to 100 is an A, and so on. Late work is accepted in this class with a penalty of 10 points per calendar day up to 6 days late. So if you sleep on a due date, it's okay. Go ahead and do it as soon as you can to minimize the penalty. You don't have to provide an excuse. You just do the work, and then I'll grade it when I see it in Blackboard. I think those are the highlights of the syllabus for right now. Jumping back into Blackboard. So that was the syllabus. So the next item is the course entry quiz. This is very important because it registers your entry into the class so you aren't withdrawn. We want to make sure to do this the first day of class or maybe the second day of class just to let the system know, hey, I'm here, I'm doing work, please don't drop me. It's not hard. It would take you less than 5 minutes, and you don't need to know anything about business law in order to do it. The next item is course information, where you'll find some important stuff like all of our due dates for the semester. You can see them all located in this table here. You can also download this Word doc for the exact same thing. One thing you'll notice is the course entry quiz is due the second day of class because we want to go ahead and get that thing in to make sure nobody is withdrawn, like I said earlier. From then on, we follow a pattern of most of the due dates being on Tuesdays, and typically in a week there will be a chapter quiz and a written assignment, though not every week, so you just have to pay attention to the course schedule as you go down. There are a few due dates that don't conform to this Tuesday schedule. I bolded those and put a star beside them with a footnote that this date deviates from our normal Tuesday due date schedule. So keep an eye on that course schedule to make sure you're keeping up in the class. Next item is faculty info. This is mostly just copied from the syllabus. It's all the same information, but maybe this is a quicker way to see my email or office phone or office location if you want to come to campus and see me. By the way, that would be fantastic. I would love to meet you. Just let me know you're coming ahead of time. That way I'm not running around on campus or sitting in some meeting somewhere not in my office, and I'll be sure to be there to meet you. Now, that's all the intro information. You're ready to actually dive into the course content. So the way this would work is there are a few Blackboard help videos here if you're new to Blackboard. Some of you, this might be your first time working in Blackboard. So you can learn a little bit how to submit written assignments, submit quizzes, check your grades, basic stuff like that. So that's probably helpful to a lot of you. Now we're ready to jump into chapter 1. So you can see the learning objectives here in the folder. There's a to-do list. You can see the lecture video. Each chapter will have this lecture video along with the notes that I use to create the video. So you can download those notes. You can follow along with me. You can jot your own notes in there. And this way you can learn a lot about the chapter before we actually jump into the assignments. Some people prefer to read the textbook. Some people prefer to watch a video or listen. So you have all the options here. There's an additional folder for study materials. You can look in there. You can find things like key terms, flashcards, a practice quiz. This quiz does not count toward your grade. I can't even see whether you do it. So it's just there for your practice. And then there might be some additional supplementary materials like some videos. Now we've done all that work. We feel pretty comfortable with the content for Chapter 1, so we're going to jump into this assignments folder. You'll see two items here. One is a Chapter 1 quiz, which is pretty much what it sounds like. It's a multiple choice and true-false test where you answer some questions. And then you have the small claims court assignment here for Chapter 1. You'll read through this prompt. You'll use these resources that I've linked up here to read up on the small claims court system and process. You apply this scenario here to answer these questions here. A few requirements down here at the bottom. Type all this stuff out in a Word document or a PDF, whichever you prefer, and then you'll submit that just by clicking on the title. And that'll bring you to a part where you can upload your file here and submit. So, no tricks there. Mostly trying to keep things straightforward and easy to understand. This pattern will hold for pretty much the rest of the course. Each chapter folder will have basically the same kind of structure, just obviously different content. You can also find links for the midterm exam and final exam. The final exam, you won't see that until the date's listed on the course schedule. Just a little bit more about the textbook. Again, you just need access to a book in any form. You can rent it from Pearson. You can use the access card you buy from the bookstore if you're using financial aid dollars. You can even buy a used copy online if you can find one somewhere. For those of you who are buying the access card from the bookstore, here are your instructions in the textbook area. It can be a little bit of a process to get access the first time. But once you have gone through this process and you have access, then it's much, much easier to access from then on. And I think is a pretty good online book. Of course, My Grades is where you can go to check your grades. You can also see the due dates in here. When I start grading written work, you'll be able to see little thought bubbles in here that'll bring up comments that I've left and feedback for you. You can use the email link here to contact me. You can also just use your regular campus mail. The remainder of the links here are learner support is just a host of resources on campus if you need some additional help with something. Thinking Storm is an online tutoring platform. I doubt you'll need it for this class, but if you find yourself struggling a little bit, then feel free to use it. The last link there is for Zoom. If I happen to schedule a Zoom meeting for the class, which I don't anticipate doing, but if I do, then I'll put that link down in the Zoom area. I think that's it for now. I hope you enjoy the class. Always reach out to me if you have any questions. I love talking to students. I especially love talking content regarding business law or really anything else you want to talk about. And I hope you all have a great semester.